Today we have a workshop with different people from different countries and police forces and researchers to discuss how police forces can use social media as a tool to communicate with the public. There's a big interest in that from other countries, from other forces and from researchers in what is the best way of public organizations in embracing or in using social media and what they should do and what they shouldn't do.
They come to Manchester because they've seen that the good work that we've done using social media, and there's a real notable example of that in the way that we've used it during the recent disorder.
We found it very fascinating and interesting to see how the public and the police had a conversation and engaged. It's really interesting and a unique thing that happened, that the police communicated so closely with the public, and we looked at that, we studied what is happening, what is the police saying, what is the public responding.
I think like most departments we're sort of trying to play catch up with the whole social media thing with Twitter, Facebook and that and how it's being utilized. And while we do use it as a tool in a number of areas, we're still learning. And we had some riots recently, and that really brought things to the forefront as to some of the things that we weren't doing with it and looking for ways that we can improve it.
Having a voice in social media, and that's I think that what other police forces can learn from Manchester Police, and engaging with the public. I think these two aspects are something where a lot of forces can learn a lot from what has happened here in Manchester.
Social media is a hugely important part of the way that we engage with communities. It's seen a phenomenal growth in the last few years, and my assessment is that that will continue. We need to engage with all sections of the community. And I think we have to understand now that, particularly amongst our younger community, social media is how they communicate. And if we don't learn how to do that and do it effectively, we're going to lose our ability to engage with those sections of the community.
No, you don't, because you got your back. Social media is the way forward with my job. It was another tool to use to interact with the community. I started using it like GMP did on the 24/7 tweeting that they did a few months back, and looked at basic crimes that people were interested. For example, some of our local priorities, which were burglary, robberies, car crime. And the more detail we put on and the more we expanded, the more feedback we got and the more followers we got. We started looking to see how we can improve the service that we're now providing on Twitter. And we're looking for our community to feedback on whether they like it or not, whether we're giving out the right information or not, and what they want to see more of.
As divisional commander, I have to understand where it can be used best and what sort of message I'm trying to put out and who is my target audience. So I think it needs to be used as part of an overarching communication strategy as opposed to just the communication strategy in the future.